elite want America to collapse. I have been told this. And you say, why would they want to collapse their own economy, their own country? Very simple. You never buy something when it's at its peak and making great money. Instead, you bankrupt it, get it on pennies on the dollar, just like they did Chrysler and General Motors. They waited until they first collapsed them. Then they took them over at taxpayers' expense through the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. And the Federal Reserve basically are the elite and some others along with them. Now, whenever you collapse these corporations, then you can take them over for nothing. That's what they're going to do with the mortgage-backed securities and your house payment.
Yeah, first they sell it, though. First they sell it when it's all hot as hotcakes up front to everybody. Then when it implodes, they go give us bailouts to fix it, and they keep the bailout money, and the derivatives are still there. Then they say, give us more bailout money, we'll fix it. Then they don't. Then everything implodes. They're flush with all the money. They come in and buy it all up for pennies on the dollar. And if you don't like it, they got the National Guard, the CIA, the FBI, and paramilitary squads ready to come and take you out. I mean, they've set this whole thing up.
They did set it up. And I was told this for the past 35 years, what they were doing, Alex, and I've had the privilege of from time to time being on your show and telling people this was going to happen. And I wasn't doing it to scare you. I was doing it because the elite told me this, and every single thing, folks, please, every single thing you're hearing Alex Jones say is the truth. You've got to listen to him every day and take to heart what he's saying. Now, Mr. Fromm told me a year and a half ago. You ready?
Yes.
I'll give you the expressions again. I've given them before, but I think you must hear these again. He said, within 2 years, you will not recognize America. Well, folks, you better believe that we're already beginning to see that take place. Again, he said, after 2 years, you will be so poor. I couldn't understand a year to a year and a half ago why this man was saying this. He said, within 2 years, you will be so poor, you will not be able to do anything about it. Folks, if we're going to turn America around, we've got to have massive movement immediately. And it can be done. Believe me, it can be done. He said again one day, he said, by 2012, the dollar will be dead. Well, they may accomplish that a little bit before 2012 at the rate they're going. The euro, it looks, will have that happen before 2012.
No, even Wall Street Journal and Der Spiegel are saying the euro could go belly up any time.
Well, I don't think you're going to see it this week or next week. From what I was told by the other gentleman when Mr. Fromm passed away.
No, they're going to suck all the little countries dry first in the name of propping it up, and then bring down Germany, France, and England.
Yes, they are. And you're seeing some things happen in England. You said you were going to get it on the program yet today. So watch these things, because these are buzzwords. Again, he said to me, here back about a year and a half ago, he said within 2 years, nearly everyone will be working for the government. Could we have possibly imagined General Motors and Chrysler and the banks being taken over, 9 to 10 of them almost every week, the health care program, bringing every doctor, dentist, and everybody in as employees for the government of the United States of America? We could not have imagined this at the time of this, that this man told me this. But it's taking place today exactly like he told me it would happen. Now he's saying that things are going to happen in Europe, and whenever they happen, you've got 2 to 3 weeks if you haven't already made certain preparation. And then, Alex, he told me something else recently.
Yes, give us the new intel, what you couldn't tell us until he'd passed from cancer. Tell us the new intel.
Well, first of all, Devil's Messiah. I know that this might seem insignificant to some, but it's very important to me, having been a minister of the gospel for over 50 years.
That's what they call it. They call it Devil's Messiah. What is it?
Yeah, the Devil's Messiah is that plan whereby they could bring in the New World Order in America, and they knew that there was no way that they could do it until they first removed the God and the foundation upon which America was built. And in order to bring that about, they had to bring in the evolution, they had to bring in control of churches by 501c3 organizational status.
Yeah, even if you're not a Christian, you have to understand social engineers have to get rid of the old order to bring in the new. So they've dumbed us down. They've taught us to not have morals, so we couldn't recognize tyranny and resist it.
Let me give you an example. This was just so startling the other day. The European Union, You remember when the European Union was first set up, and so many Bible teachers and ministers all over the country said the European Union is the ten-toe kingdom of the book of Daniel, and we finally have all of these prophetic scriptures of the book of Revelation by the 10 nations formation in Europe. No way! This was deception. They were trying to make fools out of the ministers of America. I didn't know it at the time. I even used to talk about this. And then it went up to 11 nations, and 12 nations, and 13 nations. It went past 10, and utterly embarrassed some of the biggest Bible scholars in America.
Well, if you really study the Bible, it says there's many antichrists. There's models of it, building. I mean, the globalists always, going back thousands of years, the Illuminists, they build similar models towards their final system.
Yeah, and they had this devil's Messiah, as it was actually called. These were the exact words that the man used. He said, devil's Messiah. And part of it, I found out, was this European Union, sure, it's all set up by the elitists. But they didn't stop at 10 toes, as Daniel talks about in his image.
Stay there when we come back. Give us
deception.
Well, Lindsey, stay there when we come back. Tell us all the other things he told you. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an illegitimate banking takeover of our society. And for the globalists, world government is just the beginning. Then they can carry out the forced one-child policies, the forced abortions that Ted Turner, chairing a UN meeting, called for last Monday. Not this Monday, but last Monday, 9 days ago. And we had Lord Monckton on from there, the Associated Press, the Mexican newspapers. They all reported on it. We're going back to Lindsey Williams here in just a moment. But I want to just state the fact. This is illegitimate. This is criminal. That's why they've set up these paramilitary police forces. It's illegal to spy on our credit card purchases in real time. They do it. It's illegal to have our neighbors spying on us. They do it. It's telltale. I cannot stress this enough. Telltale oppression. It's hardcore, brazened, certified tyranny. It'd be like if you drove down through a country lane and saw a giant Charolais bull, big white bull, and you said, there's a big bull. And some idiot says, I don't see a bull. I mean, this is like watching a train coming towards you, a big locomotive, a speed train going 200 miles an hour, and people are denying that A, they're on a train track, and that B, a big light's coming toward them. And that's what's so frustrating about this. But I want to show a document cam shot, because this is big breaking news. Martial law, UK police chief mulls banning protest. This is big news. I want to make this the #1 Google search term today. And yes, Google blocks InfoWars and Prison Planet from their news feeds, but they cannot stop you from putting it on your news blog, and you get the traffic. I don't care about the traffic. I care about getting the word out. That's why I make 100,000, 150,000, this new film I'm working on for 2 years, probably $300,000 budget. And I've got to just go ahead and get it done. I just keep going and going and going. But the issue is that's why I put them out for free. They're all available online, higher quality at prisonplanet.tv if you want to support us. The DVDs are the highest quality. But it's all about getting the word out here. That's all we're trying to do. Because we don't have any future if we don't beat them. Don't you get that? This is real. I know most of you know that, but some of you haven't figured that out yet. You think, oh, some of this is hype. I can't express how insane it is. I can't cover every angle. Look, I want to make this the #1 search term. Martial Law UK. MARTIAL Law UK. The UK government thinks they're just going to come out and just calmly announce. that, oh, we may ban it in London, all protests. We may ban it all over England. Those are the quotes. By the way, if you're doubting me, look at it. This is out of UK politics. This is out of Yahoo News. And you can pull up BBC, Press TV. It's all over the news. But our article is important because we're calling it what it is. Telescreens going in Walmart saying, don't trust your neighbor, spy on shoppers for Homeland Security. That's tyranny 1984. We call a duck, a spade, okay? So, martial law, UK police chief, moles banning protest. I was just going to have Lindsey go early today. I'm going to keep him to the end now. I just wanted to cover this now. Despite police being behind provocations, and Paul documents that in his article, that enraged demonstrators, Metropolitan Commissioner considers using Public Order Act to kill free speech. Launch this Google bomb that got us banned from Google News. I don't care. Launch this Google bomb, ladies and gentlemen, to get the word out. Peacefully resist martial law UK. 3 words, MARTIAL LAW, and then UK. Put it in Google, Yahoo, take the article, send it to everyone you know, post it on your blog, your news website. Put it out everywhere, and then when people click on the #1 search term, it should become #1 the next 2 hours. They will go right to a page with links and your website. Google thought when they banned us we would stop doing this. You think we care? I mean, sure, it's great to have Infowars.com and PrisonPundit.com, respectively. You know, both each site bigger or as big as WorldNet Daily or some of the other old line big sites. Sure, it's nice, but I don't care about that. All it does is put me in more danger. Don't you understand? I live in the real world, folks. I know what I'm saying is true. They've just calmly come out and announced, let me just read it and we'll go back to Lindsey. Despite police being behind provocateurs that enrage demonstrators, Metropolitan Commissioner considers using Public Order Act to kill free speech. UK Police Chief Sir Paul Stevenson is considering whether to ask the British government to ban protest marches altogether in response to last week's student riots, a move that would place Britain under a de facto state of martial law. Whenever you hear about a country going under martial law, they always say protest or banned. First, they train you to be in a free speech zone, or you can't protest in this area, or you got to have a permit. Then they just say no protest. It is one of the tactics we look at and something we will keep under review, and if we think it's the right thing to do, we'll do it, he told the Metropolitan Police Commission. In U.S. President Aaron Porter responded, peaceful protest is an integral part of our heritage, and it is the responsibility of the police to help facilitate that. And it goes on to document that the police actually have staged many of the events as they've been caught, not just in England, but worldwide. Let's make this article #1. We're going to get it up on Infowars.com right now. It's just on PrisonPlanet.com right now. Martial law, UK police chief, moles banning protest. Get it out to everyone. Lindsey, what is it like for you to see the TSA sticking their hands down people's pants, to see the naked body scanners, to see the telescreens going up on highways saying report on your neighbors? What is it like for you to see this unfolding?
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me personally. I said I will not travel by air anymore. Now, I was a commercial pilot for 30 years. I flew my own air service in Alaska. I have refused to travel anymore. I turned down a ticket last week of some people who wanted me to go to a certain place, and I said, as long as they're going to take me through a machine that's the same as putting me in a microwave for so many seconds, I said, I will not do it. You realize when you go through those body scanners that it's the same as putting you inside of a microwave?
No, it is microwave technology. The top scientists are all over the news saying cancer. I mean, in the TSA released scans, you see the bones in the fingers. I mean, it's an X-ray.